Hi everybody. This is gonna be a very hard video for me. It really is. As many people know, yeah, I've seen from the news, Stan Lee recently died. That sucks. Because I never got a chance to meet him in real life. And from what I've heard, he was an amazing guy. I mean, he probably created probably one of my favorite superheroes, if not my favorite superhero of all time. Spider-Man. And the fact that he was one of the few comic book creators that actually wanted to come where it's like, originally he was ashamed of doing this, but eventually he embraced the fact that he did this. Not only that, but he actually wanted to do something neat because Spider-Man was actually the first, actual teenage superhero. Not that many. Back in the day, you didn't see that many teenage superheroes, and if you did see them, it would be a sidekick like Robin or Speedy or Kid Flash or anything like that. But Stan broke ground when he decided, I'm gonna make a superhero about me. I'm in the middle of trying to make a video. So, yeah, this is going to be, Stan was definitely a very creative man, and originally when he created Spider-Man, the editor told him no because people didn't like spiders. That's true, but he was going to be completely different. And Spider-Man is still Marvel's probably their most popular character of all time. Not only that, but Stan actually took risks, like in X-Men. He wanted to create a comic book about people who didn't belong and people just hated them. This is very much an allegation for people of color, people who were gay, all sorts of other people that people judge very quickly. No matter what, people are always going to judge quickly, no matter what. That's something that's always going to happen and has always been in pretty much almost every society since the beginning. We're trying very hard to distance ourselves from that, but then again, it's kind of hard to do so. But yeah, Stan's passing sucks. It truly does suck. Because, the guy's, he's essentially a legend. Because he pretty much created the entire Marvel Universe. Or should I say co-created, because, there was also the help of Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and all those other guys to help create all those amazing characters. But Stan, he's pretty much the guy that got all the credit. But hey, even though he just died like 2 days ago from pneumonia, which is terrible. So there's that. But he did live a very long life. He got to live to be 95, which is amazing that somebody could be able to live for that long. It's just incredible, And hopefully we'll be able to see Stan's cameos in next couple movies with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Avengers 4. So there's that. And I guess what makes Stan impacted me a lot as a person, even though I never met the guy. He impacted me because he pretty much created some of the greatest superheroes of all time, the greatest teams of all time, like Fantastic Four, the X-Men, the Avengers, all that he pretty much created. And yeah, so there's that. If there's one quote that I think sums Stan up the best, it'd be this. I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said. In case you're wondering where that's from, it was his cameo in Spider-Man 3. And yeah, it was true. Stan was only one person, and he made such a huge difference. That's a ginormous change, because he pretty much changed the entire comic book industry, as you know. Even if you're a hardcore like DC or Image fan or any other independent company, you can't deny the impact that Stan Lee had on comics as a whole. That's just something that Stan always had. He will always have until he died 2 days ago. So yeah, and when I found out that Stan died 2 days ago, I was devastated. I'm like, what? It's like, This is a very, very hard video for me. I don't have a script or anything like that. This is my first video in a while because I've been busy with school and all that stuff, but when Stan died, I knew I had to make a video about it. I might make a video, I might shoot a video sometime tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be, but let's shift the focus away from me because I still want this video to be about Stan. In fact, hold on. Behind me, I have this amazing omnibus that I got for Christmas last year, and it's 75 years of Marvel because Marvel was celebrating their 75th anniversary at that time. And it includes a lot of the stuff that Stan wrote, like the first issues of the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, his first appearance of Spider-Man, the first Avengers issue, Amazing Spider-Man 31 to 33, you know, If This Be My Destiny, the Coming of Galactus in issues 48 to 50 of Fantastic Four, Amazing Spider-Man issue 50, Amazing Spider-Man 121 to 122, I think he wrote those issues, but once again, you can never quote me on these types of things, but yeah, Stan was pretty much responsible for creating all of Marvel. And the fact that he has officially passed away, this pretty much marks the end of an era. Stan, somehow, if you're out there, if you are able to listen to me, thank you so much. You've impacted so many people around the world. Children, teens, adults, it doesn't matter. People will always know who you are. And the legacy that you left behind, there's no way anybody's going to be able to fill that. I mean, all the cameos, everything that you've done, it's just incredible. And it's sad knowing the fact that you're going to be gone away for one day. And, yeah. And everybody at home, I just want to say one quick message real quick. If you feel like you don't appreciate everything that you currently have with you right now, you really should, because eventually you're going to, as the old saying goes, you'll never really be able to appreciate everything until it's gone. Now the fact that Stan's gone, we can really appreciate about all the stuff that we left behind. Now the fact that we didn't do that before, but still, this is pretty much something that I'm pretty sure not that many people have been talking about somebody dying since Prince died. And even then, I think Stan Lee had more people because he impacted that many people. More than Prince. He's a famous musician. Like Freddie Mercury, or Jim Morrison, or Jimi Hendrix, or any of those other guys. And yes, later on you are going to see a review of Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought the movie was good. It got a few things wrong, but I'm going to make a more in-depth video about that later. But for the moment now, this is a video about Stan. Oh, God. I'm sorry, this is just... Oh, God. This... As I said before, this is a very hard video to film because Stan impacted... I think I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it's true. It's really hard not to... It's really hard not to talk about these things because of how much they meant to everybody. Stan was important to pretty much everybody. He was important to his family, friends, strangers that he met at conventions, all that. Stan was the guy. He was so important to everything. I'm trying to think of the first time that I actually saw Stan Lee in something. I think it might have been when he made those cameo. I think it might have been when he cameoed in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon when Spider-Man was traveling to alternate dimensions and he traveled to our dimension and got to meet Stan. And what made that scene even sadder is the fact that Madam Web, who was a very important character on that show, was voiced by his wife, Joni. She actually died not too long ago. I'm pretty sure she died like a year or two ago. And that's sad because like his wife of like 60 to 70 something years died. And I remember there's a story like they accidentally met one another. In the 2 weeks that they knew each other, he took his wife someplace to get a divorce from the person that she was currently married and married Stan the exact same day. That's something. And even though his name is Stanley Lieber, we will always remember him as Stan the Man Lee. So Stan, there's one thing that I know how to end this video on is the one word that you have made so important to so many different people. Excelsior!